Hello, welcome to Tarot Tuesday. I have got double the dose of the energy of abundance, love, and joy for all of you this week. Take it, claim it, and enjoy it. Hi, I'm Terri, your energy therapist and coach, and I have the general reading for the overall collective of your tarot and oracle card reading for the week of July 25th through the 28th. Holy cow. For us in the north, it's like the summer's half over, so we're enjoying every moment of it that we can. And we have a new moon this week too, so we'll touch on that a little bit later. I pull a special birthday wish for those who are celebrating this week. Happy birthday. And I'll pull a weekend card for the weekend energy of the 25th through the 28th also. So let's jump into this. Energy's been cleared, all the decks have been shuffled, and I will give it a quick shuffle before we get the next card as we move through the reading. And the overall energy for this week, let's see if we've got a jumping card. If not, we pull from the top of the deck, and we have got, love. Oh, love. Lots of different kinds of love, right? But the most important is self-love. You need to love yourself in order to make anything happen at all, or to give to others. You know, they say you can't love someone else unless you love yourself. I kind of waffle on that because we tend to always give more to others than we tend to give ourselves. And I don't know if that's because society raised us to think that taking care of and whatever for ourselves is selfish. I'm not sure what blurred the lines there. But now we've all come to an understanding that you really need to take care of yourself and love yourself in order to be the best of who you can be for yourself and for anyone else, whether it's in relationships or job performance or, athletics or lifestyle, whatever it may be. You need to give yourself a certain level of love and attention and care just to be able to function in the world. So this week's energy is about loving yourself and giving yourself the care you need as best you can, because I know some circumstances can be difficult to maneuver into schedule. But to remember to do the best you can for yourself this week. Okay, so let's drill down this a little bit here. So this is all about the energy of love this week, finding it where you can, accepting it and sharing it where you can. And actually I pulled this deck first, and this is the Hierophant. This is the card of tradition, usually associated with some type of religious organization. This may be a commitment card for some of you, where you're going to take you're going to take the big leap. Okay, somebody get married this week, or moving into a type of commitment type ceremony where you're actually, yes, this is what we're going to do for sure. We're going to take care of one another. And maybe it's a more traditional commitment to the signing of a contract in some way. And really marriage, commitment, that is the signing of a contract. This may be a business contract, but it's something in the form of a traditional way of doing things that this love is about. Maybe you will make a contract for yourself in some way this week. A living trust, a will, but some traditional love, because those are all methods of self-care and caring for others. You have those legal pieces and traditional things put in place. Your loved ones are taken care of. Or you can bypass some of the craziness that can happen with those sorts of things. But a traditional contract, a traditional ceremony of some sort is connected to the love energy this week. Loving yourself, loving others, loving the business that you grew, whatever that may be. And we move on then to the King of Swords. Air energy, decisions. You will need to make some decisions with that energy of the traditional way of doing things. The king is a no-nonsense king, the King of Swords. It's this or it's that. No gray areas with him. And the law, quite often, in very conventional, traditional ways of doing things, it's either a this or a that. They don't find any gray area. But with the suit of swords, I always find it almost necessary to always throw a reminder in there that even though swords are this or that, swords have a double edge to it. So just to be mindful of what your this or that is, because it can come back to hurt you. So to be mindful of that. But swords also cut away the bullshit. You can cut away the bad stuff. But again, be mindful, you don't want to cut away the good stuff. So this is a week of being mindful for what you do traditionally or what's socially acceptable within the realm of love for yourself, for others, for the company you built, whatever that specific situation is for you, but to be mindful. But the King of Swords is authoritarian. He knows he's no BS, and this could be someone or a resource that is extremely reliable in what they know to bring you some information about the situation of love, of this traditional way of doing things. There may be some very strong, informative, knowledgeable, accurate information you may need to listen to. So I would keep your eyes and ears open this week to see what comes around on that. But the resource will be reliable, but to look at all angles. Maybe not just the this or that. And I am going to have to, the card fell on the floor, so we're going to use that one. I'll be right back. Okay, so what dropped out was the Three of Wands. Wands generally refers to personal growth, growth in career. This is fire energy. And this gentleman is holding one wand, so he knows he's got a good grasp on what's happening right now. There are two wands behind him, so there's a little bit he doesn't know or isn't paying attention to, but he's looking at the boat out in the ocean. And there is a seagull flying above at sunset, maybe sunrise. This is a card of paying attention. You don't want to miss the boat. Be mindful of maybe those things that you haven't been paying attention to or didn't think was that important or pertinent. But there's more there for you. And to be mindful, take a look at those things so you don't miss an opportunity. And this is in love. Now, whether it's a traditional type of thing that you're going to get this information on, or if it's the love of your business in a direction you need to go, that maybe you considered it and you put it on the back burner, thinking it was of no consequence right now, you may want to pull that out and incorporate that or pieces of it now, so you don't miss an opportunity it may be presenting to you. So far, this reading just speaks to being mindful of what you love. Yourself, your business, your family, what you love, what your love focus is on right now. I know some folks are out there trying to grow a business that they really love to do, and that is a very traditional way of doing things in society. Be mindful of this, but look what was on the back burner too. Some of that you may need to pull, or the things you just didn't want to do just yet. It may be time to pull that out of your hat and start looking for the resources you need to implement them. This speaks to me more of sort of a business venture. We had a card jump, so we're going to take that one. Some sort of business venture or thing, maybe it's one you wanted to start or a hobby you wanted to start, which may turn into a business, not missing the boat later on, but it's something you absolutely love. Card that jumped out at us was Call of the Muse. So maybe someone you've been admiring and what they do, or that you know. I hate to say the influencers, but so much of that is going on in the world right now. It's pretty hard to ignore. But the Call of the Muse, someone, something, some situation that you admire or would like to emulate in some way. Look to that source. And of course, not all of it's going to pertain to you because it's not going to fit with exactly who you are. But I would start looking at that source and picking the areas that pertain to you or that you really like, and to see how that can pertain to you and what you love going forward with. What is it that speaks to you from that source that you can work with right now or begin to implement? Some food for thought. Let's take a breath. Let's pull a birthday card. Okay, let's take a minute here and sing happy birthday to everyone celebrating this week. Thank you for being here with us. Oh, and we've got one that jumped out. We'll take this top one here, and it says communication. So for those celebrating this week, here's my communication right off. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Have a fabulous birthday week. You deserve it. So the message, the birthday wish from the universe for you, is about communication. And for the rest of you out there, this may be part of where your answers are going to come in that self-love or the love direction that you're going. Anyway, communication. This reads, a reunion could bring love of a rekindling of friendships. A lucky win seems likely. Now, you know, a lucky win can mean a lot of different things. So take that as it resonates for your birthday. But luck is in the air. But it also mentions to be aware. So communication can come in many different forms and at any time. So it mentions a reunion. A reunion of a thought, a person, an event. There is a reunion that is going to spark this for you. So keep your eyes and ears open. You never know what that's going to be. So again, happy birthday to everybody that's celebrating. Have an amazing week. Now, let's see what else we can find out about this love energy for the week and where it's going. It's obviously got tied to something you love to do. Don't miss the boat. Keep your eyes and ears open. Pay attention to what sparks your interest in calling the muse. Watch the muse. Decisions will have to be made, but it will probably have to be done in a somewhat conventional manner. Like it or not, you may have to work with that energy. Okay, so now we've got, the High Priestess. So this is universal energy. This is limitless potential. So whatever is coming forth for you this week, limitlessness abounds. Do not put a limit on yourself. And when you discover all of what this is that pertains to you, don't limit the universe on how the universe can help you work through that. I always throw a disclaimer on this or something better. I am open to this or something better. So you're not limiting the universe. You're not limiting yourself so that you can run with it. The clue always is to be aware of the messages that come for you and to be mindful of them. And then to act on them as needed. It's not going to just drop in your lap. You still have to be proactive. The universe has a job. You got a job. You got to bring them together, okay? So listen for all of it. Pay attention and act on it. And again, oh my God, confirmation. Here we go. This is the Two of Wands. We've had the Three of Wands not missing the boat. And this gentleman is looking at the world. He's standing atop his castle. He's got the wands in his hands. He's got what he wanted. And he's wondering what else. He's looking at the world. What else? What else? Well, the Three of Wands tells you. It brings you to the next step in that process. Look what's behind you. What was on the back burner? Look forward. Look forward. He's looking out into the vast world. Don't miss the boat. Be aware. Pull from the past or those things on the back burner so you can implement them and incorporate them into what you're looking for or looking at, because that boat's coming in and you don't want to miss it. There's something coming. But there's also information coming with the King of Swords. Decisions will have to be made. As always, I mean, that's just life. You're always making a decision. Just to be mindful how you go about doing it. Okay? Grab another cut. Let's go for this deck here. And then in a couple seconds here, we'll get things wrapped up. I do have a special weekend energy card I'll pull for you also. And this one flipped. We'll take this one. And this says, past life emotion lives in you. You are expressing more. It is releasing. So whatever was back there is releasing. And it may be some of that stuff that you put on the back burner. You may be needing to look at that. But there is something from a past life that somehow has followed you. And during this process of moving forward and not missing things, this will also release. So be ready to let it go. We have new moon energy coming up, which always signals new beginnings. And when you release, you open the gates for new to come in. We'll finish the reading. We'll touch very briefly on the new moon energy that's coming up on the 24th. Okay. Let's grab one more card here, and then we'll wrap it up. We've got the wizard kind of looking over and protecting that final wrap up for this week. And finally, we've got here, clear your mental and physical clutter. You will feel so much better. Again, going back to this clearing, it may be karmic. It could be past lives. It could be something generational that was passed down or whatever you absorbed along the way in your life journey. But it's time to let it go. And that includes physical clutter too. Just too much junk. Maybe the kitchen counter got overloaded with paper or whatever. All of that carries energy. And it's in your house, it's in your space, and it gets to be too much. And you've got to clear it out again to let the new in, which that full moon energy is attempting to bring to you. The full moon was releasing it. The new moon is bringing it forth to you. Okay, again, declutter. Declutter your emails. That is like the worst thing for me. You can get 20, 50, 100 emails a day. Get all of that stuff cleared. You're not going to find the right stuff getting to you. That one fell on the floor. We'll grab that one too. Unless you clear that out, the right information is not going to get to you, and you'll never find it. It's a needle in a haystack. Declutter. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, and again, look at this is a blank card. What does it say? It says forget it. Release it, forget it, let it go. You need all this empty space for the new to come in. Harness the space and the energy of the new moon that's coming up. This wraps it up. It tells you to declutter, open your space, allow that newness to come in. Okay, let's take a second here. The new moon energy is on the 24th. And this is the new moon energy. We're moving into Leo season. Okay, so this is the new moon in Leo. New moons are about new beginnings, opening up the energy and allowing things to flow into you. But you need to declutter to open that space. This new moon specifically is all about opening up self-transformation, self-expression, setting new intentions with that new energy coming in, and allowing your creativity to flow. So the 24th, open the doors for the new energy to come in and start allowing yourself to be more expressive and creative and to transform your life. Grab it, harness it. You got the little bit of shadow period, a few days that come up, and then you've got like 3 days of full moon energy, the new moon energy, and then you've got a day or so where you're in the shadow where there's still some there. So you've got, 3, 4, or 5 days in there where you can work with that new moon energy. Grab it, harness it, use it. It's there for you to use. Okay, now we will pull. Take a second here, and this is your energy for the weekend of July 25th through the 28th. I'll give this a quick shuffle and we'll see what that energy is for you. Getting to the end of July here, and your energy for this weekend is healing. We had this recently, just a couple weeks ago. You need more healing. Everybody needs that. With the situations in the world right now, I think the world, and we need to pay attention to ourselves so we have more self-healing. Take time this weekend to heal, to review where you're at, where you wanted to go, what works, what doesn't. You're still on the cusp of that new moon. So allow the healing energy to reach you, to transform you, and to help you progress through this new journey. I believe that's all I have for you this week, everyone. So I want to thank you for joining me. As always, I love having you here. I really love doing these for you. So please make it an amazing week. Take good care of yourself. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup, so be mindful of what you're filling your cup with. So take great care, and until next week, have an amazing week. Peace.